When my friend called me the morning before, he informed me that he had found a location where hundreds of wild boars lived. This was the beginning of everything. I also consented to participate in this thrilling hunt. Due to the vastness of the area, we spent most of our time tracking the footprints left behind by wild pig groups. Within a short amount of time, we were able to locate the region where wild pigs were active thanks to the tracking of the hunting dogs. At a distance of around 150 meters, there was a little valley that was filled with tall grass and plants. This was the habitat of the wild pigs. There have been many exciting wild boar hunting expeditions, but this particular hunt, in which we broke into the wild boar's den and ambushed them, certainly stands out as one of the most memorable for us. In addition to our wonderful companions, we were escorted by the courageous and powerful hunting dogs. They were the ones who led the charge in the pursuit of the wild boars in order to tire them. We began firing when the victim had reached a point of exhaustion. After the wild boar had been weary, I fired the gun in an attempt to save it. The gun was loaded. We were able to kill a huge wild hog. It didn't take long for a wild boar to show up in front of us, and we were able to eliminate it without delay. Especially when they break into the lair of male boars, wild boars pose a significant threat to the safety of their inhabitants. When we come face to face with these hostile boars, we are filled with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Currently, I am also able to comprehend the reason why others refer to them as monsters, since one of its attacks has the potential to cause serious injuries to an adult. Therefore, if you are also a hunter, you ought to use caution when you are hunting these wild boars with your firearm. Oh my goodness, let's see if the speed of this wild boar is faster than the speed at which I can shoot. All it took was one shot for this wild boar to fall. As another key skill, the ability to look for wild boars is essential. In addition to keeping an eye out, we must also keep an ear out for the movement of wild boars. An abrupt grunting sound emanated from the bushes, and we immediately assumed a fighting stance in response to it. Undoubtedly, a giant wild pig with thick, dark fur emerged from the bushes. It was extremely dark in color. Instantaneously, I raised my weapon and discharged it. The wild boar became more hostile as a result of the bullet, and it intended to attack as a result. I attempted to fire a couple more shots, but it was for nothing. Following the successful capture of a few wild boars, we were not in a hurry to bring the hunting expedition to a close. However, we desired to capture other wild boars. As soon as the dogs became aware of something, they grew quickly agitated and began sniffing around randomly. At first glance, it appeared as though there were several wild boars in the vicinity. We let the dogs go free, and as we had anticipated, they immediately began to dash in a single direction. Once we had determined the path that the dogs were going to take, we raced up to pursue them, and before long, we heard the dogs barking. Their ability to locate and pursue a wild boar in such a short amount of time was quite remarkable. A wild boar is unable to defend itself against an attack by a dog, nor is it able to flee from the dog's grasp. After successfully capturing the prey, we awarded our dog with a mouth-watering piece of sausage as a special treat. It is possible to utilize hunting dogs on all of your hunting expeditions, particularly because they are able to hunt not only in hilly regions, but also in rivers, streams, and swamps at the same time. Even now, they are able to capture enormous prey. It is obvious that hunting cannot be done without some essential tools, such as firearms and knives, in order to bring down the prey. In the event that your dogs are confronted by a large and hostile wild boar, you should exercise caution because they are also quite vulnerable. In the event that there is not a significant number, the dog may sustain severe injuries. In general, if you take better care of them, you will never have to worry about their safety after each hunting excursion. This is because they will be in good hands. When compared to the searing heat of the lowlands, the plateau provides a cold temperature that is ideal for wild boars to thrive in terms of both their quantity and their size. This time around, we decided to destroy the herd by setting up an ambush in the highlands as our location of choice. Come with us as we set out on this exciting new adventure. For the purpose of searching for wild boars, the entire team wasted no time in releasing the pack of hounds into the countryside. Just a few moments later, their loud barking rapidly caught everyone's attention to where they were going. Down below, the wild boar and the hounds were engaged in a thrilling pursuit that was taking place underneath them. I took the shot completely without any hesitation. As a result of being struck by the bullet, the boar lost its sense of direction, fell over, and became unconscious almost immediately. Our dogs did not stop there. Sooner or later, they discovered another target, which was a group of more than 10 powerful wild boars that were running away. My friend Felix moved quickly into a blocking position and took cautious aim as he maneuvered into position. One of the boars fell to the ground to avoid being them with a shot that was absolutely spot on. In the process of moving toward a new location, we unexpectedly came across a pig that was attempting to flee. As soon as we jumped out of the truck, we hurried to take the picture. In an instant, the boar was thrown down beneath a pine tree that was green in color. After that, we made a direct ascent of the hill that was covered in pine trees in order to look for fresh targets. Thank goodness the bullet was able to hit its target. Despite rolling down the slope multiple times, the pig was unable to escape, putting an end to its escape dream. Even before we had a chance to regain our breath, a horrible scene was taking place in front of us. There were more than a dozen dark shadows that came down the slope, and the sound of a quick succession of gunfire could be heard immediately. In the midst of the mayhem, the ground appeared to shake. In the end, a few of those black figures were eliminated before they had the opportunity to put up a fight. It was impossible for us to halt them because there were still a great number of wild boars in the region. Following the discovery of indications that they were in a hurry, we followed their course and positioned ourselves at the top of the hill, ready to shoot. We fired one. The second shot. Then there are three. Although it had been injured, the boar continued to attempt to roll. I kept a vigilant watch over her. There were a number of boars that were charging down from the peak of the hill. There was no need for signaling because we all started firing at the same time. Within a short period of time, a number of wild boars were brought down, and their piercing howls sent chills down to human bones. As our expedition progressed, we found ourselves deep within the heart of the forest, where the underbrush grew denser and the air was thick with anticipation. Suddenly, the silence was broken by the unmistakable rustle of movement. Fully grown wild boars emerged from the shadows, their formidable presence a stark reminder of the challenges ahead. Recognizing the potential danger these powerful creatures posed, our team swiftly divided into two groups, strategically positioning ourselves to prevent any chance of escape. With coordinated precision, we maintained a continuous barrage, yet the boars' agility was nothing short of astounding. Despite our efforts, their speed and cunning allowed them to navigate the terrain with remarkable ease. In the chaos, only one of our group managed to land a decisive hit, resulting in a boar collapsing in a flat position on the forest floor. The aftermath left us in a tense lull, waiting for another half an hour before any signs of movement reappeared. The dense canopy above and the thick vegetation around us created a natural barrier, obscuring our vision and making it nearly impossible to aim accurately. It was as if the forest itself conspired to shield these elusive creatures from our pursuit. Finally, the moment of reckoning arrived. The chase culminated in a triumphant capture, a testament to our perseverance and teamwork. The sense of victory was unparalleled, a hard-earned reward that eclipsed the exhaustion that had settled into our bones. In that instant, the challenges we faced, the boar's incredible speed, the impenetrable foliage, and the strategic maneuvers, coalesced into a profound appreciation for the wild and the indomitable spirit required to navigate it.